Hi and welcome to another section of Jeff the Master Barber. In this edition, I'm going to be doing a tie fade with the scissors at top, and I'm going to be using the Wahl, the new Wahl 1919, the clipper, the 100-year anniversary. Right now I'm using the detailer, the trimmer detailer. Normally I use the Bolden, which I have it, the blade is the Bolden, but I use it with the magic clip. I put it into the cordless magic clip just so that way it will be easy and faster. But just the people that been asking me if I still use the detailer, I'm like, not really, but I'm gonna show you that I used to use it and this is how it looks. It takes me, the reason why I don't use it no more, because I realize how much time it takes me to clean the side, just like I'm doing right now. It's a small trimmer, a small blade. And even though the engine is rotary and it's powerful, I cannot go faster than that. Now in the magic clip with the Bolden, I already would have been done this part right here. Also, I'm taking chance that I could discalibrate my trimmer, and it will not, trim the way that I wanted to do lineups again the same. Here's the new Wahl 1919. We're gonna be using guard number 1. And yeah, it's a beautiful clipper, and this is my first time using it. And yeah, I like it because the taper blade is actually a little, it's not different, it's the old school taper, which is still the surgical blade, which is it's more forgivable than the magic clip. The magic clip, the top blade has more teeth, has like 52 teeth. The top blade of this one, it has 20, but the bottom is the surgical blade. Right now we're using guard number 2. All right, level close, and right away I'm gonna take the line of that I did with the number 1, and I'm not trying to make levels, but it's just pretty much we're just gonna be right away. You know what I mean? Taking it. The engine on this one it feels pretty much like the senior cordless. That's how it feels to me. And the engine motor too. You know what I mean? It feels like that. But the blade is totally different. It's not the flat blade. It's actually the taper blade, which is like I was saying earlier, it's more forgivable than the fade blade. Right now, like I said, I had 2.5. Now it's 2. I closed the level. Remember, between open the level and closing the level, there's times that you could close it at least like 3 times. You know what I mean? So there's level within the level right there between open and close. I'm still using number 2, as you could tell. And yes, what I noticed on this first day that I tried it didn't got hot, but yeah, right now I'm using guard number 1, level open, and I'm gonna pass it right where I pointed, right there in that area. And yes, so the first day that I tried, it didn't got warm, but then the next day when I was just doing one side, the blade got warm, and then after a little while, the body got heated a little bit too. And I know the reason is because between the powerful engine that it has, and then the top metal, it's not plastic, it's metal, so it's gonna definitely get, all that heat is gonna stay right there, and it's gonna make it warm. But yeah, as you could see, the fade is coming really well. At this point, I didn't have a zero calibrated. I didn't have a zero gap. Normally I don't like my machine zero gap, because I don't want to get, you know what I mean, I don't want the client to feel discomfort or anything whatsoever. Right now I'm using the 116, and I'm gonna pass it right on top of that line, right? Also, I'm using the glove. Just to people that ask me, is it important to use the glove, or is this necessary? It's up to you, man. If you don't have it, and someone is waiting for a haircut, just because you don't have the glove, that doesn't mean you're not gonna cut hair. Cut the hair without it. It's fine. There's barbers still this day that don't use them, but I do. I do cut it without them. It's just right now I'm showing them how it looks. One thing that I don't like about it is I don't got the same. I don't have the same grip. I don't have the same grip. But yeah, you could. I don't like the way how I grip things. You know what I mean? It definitely feels safer. You know, in case if someone is caught and I got a cut, then yeah, you know what I mean. It definitely. And then if you a smoker, and you don't got time to clean your hands or whatever for whatever the reason, then this is good. But I don't smoke, and you know, now that I'm trying to cut no one, but you know, now that I got every time I caught in my handles or anything, but yeah, as you could tell, like I said before, I don't have a zero gap, and it's cleaning really nice. The blade is more forgivable, especially for people like barbers that are starting right now. I recommend this blade because you know it's not so sharp, but yet definitely it does a nice blend in, and yeah, it's in a sense, I it's good. I like the blending, and it's all too on you too, on the risk, the motion, the way that you handle it. Not just the machine, it's also the barber. Have to be, you know, you gotta know your levels. You gotta know when you gotta open the level, close the level, switch the blades, stuff like that. But yeah, right now I'm still using a little less than zero, right there, and yeah, I'm using the detailer right now, right there on that section. I'm using the detailer right there, and yeah, I'm gonna be using. See, I'm just doing little things. I did eventually end up zero gapping the the machine. I did, and I have a video. So obviously I put it in Spanish. I'm gonna be putting it also in English. How to zero gap this machine. It's pretty simple. But yeah, it just now we're gonna be using the Series 9, the electric shaver, right there. Very good machine. I definitely recommend it. And you know it. But if you don't have that one, you have the Wahl, only the Wahl, or the Andy Pro line. Well, you could use those too. You know, I always say I never claim that my way is the only way. But in this occasion, I'm just showing you the machines, especially the Wahl 19, how we did that blend in right there. And you know, it's not just the machine. Also, like I said, it depends on you too. The you already know that you know, you already know how to use the machine. And if you don't, you learn it through the process, and you know, working on it, doing it on it. Right now, I'm using scissors over cone, and I'm using the technique that, you know, the scissors over cone. I'm using the oyster shears, or the scissors. My English is not the best. I'm aware of that. I speak more Spanish than English, but I try. You know what I mean? I try to the little bit that I know. There's someone out there that I could definitely, you know what I mean, help them out. At least if they don't understand about English, they will understand it by the way I do things. Either way, so yeah, I'm not gonna stop doing a video just because of my accent. So definitely, you know, with this is just, you know, not just looking at it, but the real advice that I give is whatever you do, or that you learn, that you see, is just put it in action. You know what I mean? Just put it in action. Okay, so now we're gonna do the other side, just like we did in the other side. We're using the detailer, and we're gonna use it right there, right? The detailer, we're gonna use it in that area right there. And this detailer is pretty nice. You know what I mean? Since they came out in 2013, very light, very quiet. It cuts through wet hair. You know, if somebody's sweating, it still cut through it like no problem. The blade is pretty nice. The only thing the teeth, they're very slim and long. And there's people that have thick hair, so they have the porises, they're very open, so it pulls a little bit. But once you switch the way with the wrist, if you switch the flip, you should be okay. Right now we back using the Wahl 1919 with the guard number 1, and yeah, this is how it looks. You know what I mean? Definitely I recommend it. It's a great machine. Even though I have it already for what, like a week and a half. This was my first haircut, and the first haircut with this machine, which it was last Thursday, and yeah, it gets hot. Yeah, it's a little heavy, but it definitely, for a lot of bulk hair, for a lot of hair like that, it's nice. And if you are, like I said earlier, if you are a brand new barber or starting, the blade is very forgivable. You know what I mean? Right now I'm using guard number 2, right? That's speed 0 guide, and then we're gonna cut it right away. We're gonna lift that. You know what I mean? The bulkiness right there. We're not trying to do another level, but eventually, see, the 2 is just, taking the bulkiness that the 1 did, the line, and yeah, this machine, the blade is more forgivable. It has less teeth than the Magic Clip. It's a little heavier than the Magic Clip, the same way as the senior cordless. The time is 70 minutes. It lasts charge. It has the lever. The body is pretty much the same. The RPMs on it, or like the speed, is 6,400 to 6,800, around there. It's still powerful, a powerful clipper. You know what I mean, for being cordless. And then with a metal clipper, I would you know what I mean. For my years cutting, more than 20 years cutting, I would have never guessed. I would have never imagined that they would have made a clipper with this type of power, and it's like having a cord but without a cord. You know what I mean? Like strong, potent, and still be able to have no cord. They come a long way. So yeah, right now I'm level close, and I'm going from side to side. I'm using my brush. Notice how I always keep on brushing it. Just want to make sure that the hair doesn't get stuck in the scalp or in the skin, so that way I don't have to pass it over and over and over. Right now we going with the guard number 1, level open, and we're gonna pass it exactly where I pointed. Then I close it just a little bit, so it's a little less than half. The one, so it's 1.5, but close the level a little bit more, and it's a little less than half, so it's right there. See, you're gonna notice that I'm being at the level. See, I close it just a little bit more. Now I close it a little bit more, because there's level within the level itself. You know what I mean? Like open and close it. You could close it, like I said earlier, like 2-3 times before you open it, 2-3 times before you close it. So that way you will know exactly, okay, I need to get a little closer there, but it's not grabbing it, so let me close a little bit of the level. Don't close it completely right away. So that's what makes the real good blend. You know what I mean? And how many times you pass how many times you pass the clipper on top of that shadow or that line. You know what I mean? It will determine if you don't pass it too much, or you don't switch it, and you see that you passing it and it's not grabbing it. But in this case, it's taking the shadow. It's taking, one thing that I noticed compared to the Magic Clip, definitely takes a little longer to do the blend in, but that's because, like I said, it's a different blade. Everything is on it is different. So yeah, other than that, this machine, like I always said in my other reviews in Spanish, it's gonna take me a little while before I really could do a full review on it. I cannot just, by the first couple of haircuts, I cannot tell. I mean, I could tell, but then there's times that the machines act different and turn different. Right now I'm using guard number 116, level semi-open. I switched the brush that I'm using. I bought it at Sally's, and I remember this is basically like a baby hair hairbrush. What I like about it is its size, how convenient, how perfect it feels in my hand. Not only that, but the hair, they're very soft, so it's better in the climb. Right now I have the level open. That's what I'm saying. I'm about to use the corners, just the corners on that area right there where I see the shadows. Notice how I close the level just a little bit, and then I brush it. And see, pass it, brush it, open the level right there. Yeah, this side, it took me a little longer than the other side. I feel it's just another thing. Right now there's no guard, and now I'm less than half. So I'm passing it right in top of the line. Now I notice they didn't grab, so I close it a little bit more, and I can still passing it. This machine, like I said earlier, it was not zero gap prior to the time that I was filming this, but now it is. And I did a video in Spanish how to calibrate the Wahl 1919, which is this machine. And yes, you'll be able to calibrate it so you could erase, even the line that the detailer did. But in the meanwhile, you can see that I'm passing it right now. The level, yeah, is close. The blade, the surgical blade, it makes me bend my wrist a little bit weird compared to the flat blade, the fade blade from the Magic. Another thing that I like about the Magic is just the lightweight, and not only that, it doesn't get hot at all, and the rotary power on that machine is unbelievable. Everything to me on the Magic Clip is very nice. But this one, it's okay. As you can see, I'm still passing level open, half level open in that area. It takes a while to get used to it, too. Especially not a while. It takes a little bit depending on the machine and the haircut to get used to it. But it's okay. It's a good machine. It's just it's a little heavy compared to the Magic, and right now we're using the detailer because it didn't zero gap the other machine in order to take those lines right there that I see. I'm using the detailer in that specific area right there, you see. Now I'm about to use flat, and then I use the corner of the shaver to pass it, so the whole blade doesn't touch the top of the fade a little bit higher, the higher of the fade. Just focus on the bottom. And yeah, other than that, right here, passing it, that angle right there, and it's a good electric shaver. Another thing, a good electric shaver. I recommend it. A little expensive in the side, but you pay for what you get. You know what I mean? I believe on that saying. And this one, you get real good quality of a machine. Definitely smooth. My clients doesn't complain that the pull hairs or whatnot. I'm using again the detailer because I noticed still that there's some line left in that area right there. So when I notice something, as I keep fading and going back and forth, even if it takes me back and forth, I still details, the little details that shows. Right now I'm gonna use the scissors over comb or shears over comb. I'm using the Oyster. You could use whatever scissors you want. And like I always say, it doesn't have to be the stuff that I have or the way that I cut. But I feel comfortable with this one. These pairs of scissors or shears, also I got them at Sally's. You could get them on Amazon. They're very affordable. They're good quality. They work for me. This one right now that I'm using is the 3-inch. And the comb, I like this technique because I have more control. The big teeth is acting like a 1.5, and the small teeth act like a 1/16. So yeah, I have a better control of what I want to take, just like how you see in it. Also is a great light color, so which let me see the hair, how much whatever hair is getting exposed. The color light will expose the extra hair. But yeah, very comfortable, very slim and skinny and tight. The comb, that is right here in the back, I see that there was some couple of little things here, so I went back with the Wahl 1919, and yeah, still fading. The fade is coming really nice, you know what I mean? Nowadays, once you seeing the work, whatever you put in, that's what you're gonna get out. And if you meticulous and you like to have a certain way, and until you don't see, your eyes don't let you in your mind, and you keep, putting that energy, you will get the good results. Definitely, I believe that strongly. So yeah, as you could tell, it's coming nice. I can't complain. And the machine, I like I said, I recommend it. If you really want it, go for it. You know what I mean? If you could find it, they did a limited edition. That's what they say. But right now, I'm about to use the technique styling. I'm gonna show you how I do the top with the scissors. Also, I'm getting it nice and saturated, wet the hair. Make sure that everything is nice and wet. The way that I do it is, notice, I comb, pinch it with my fingers, and then I let the comb rest on my thumb. And that combination is just perfect right there. See what I'm saying? And you can see what I pinch. You see what is exposed. And then I could choose also to lift my hand a little bit to know the length that I wanted to get. And then I match it up. I start from the side, then I keep going, and I see what is being cut and what not. Obviously, with the gloves being on, I cannot really see what. I mean, you can really see it here. That's what I'm saying. A little bit, not a lot. But if I didn't have the gloves, you'd be able to see which one is being cut and what hair is not being cut. But basically, at the end of the day, some people do it differently, the opposite way, the opposite way. Some people would do scissors over comb, even on top. I've done it myself too. The main thing is that the finished haircut product comes out good. And if it comes out really good, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what style you do it, or if the school teach you a certain way. I'm not saying that it's not good, but or that is bad, or that is good. But as long you comfortable doing it, the way you feel comfortable doing it, and the main one, that the haircut come out really nice on point, the finished product, that's what really matters. Because it's what you feel comfortable, and the result of the haircut, the style that you did, work and come out good. As long as you have that, I think you should be okay. You know what I mean? There should be no problem. But yeah, right here, as you can tell, everything is coming out pretty much even. I see that everything is even. Just a little bit right here in the front that I'm gonna tackle it right now. You see how with the finger, see how I grab it, then lift it up if I have to raise, if I don't want to take too much. I'm gonna put right away elegance gel. A lot of people like myself, I used to do it, the blow drying and whatnot. But there's some occasions that you could kill time by, you know what I mean, especially his hair, the way that how I cone it and everything with this type of gel that I use, it started right away. You know what I mean? You don't have to put so much stuff in it. You know what I mean? Put in the spray and blow drying it and whatnot. So this thing right here, watch how I style it. First I put it on messy, or so it could penetrate the gel on every angle and whatnot. And then with the other hand, I just go right on top of it and whatnot. Watch, not yet. Watch. It's not yet until, watch. See how I do it with the other hand? And I find, you see how everything is blending in, then I lift it up, then I move it to the side like that. See that? Now, on the back, watch this, and then clean right here. Now we're gonna work on the box out, on the lineup. I'll start with the trimmer right in the middle. You know what I mean? Right there in the middle. And then I work my way to the side. I try to stay as much out as possible. Don't push in the lineup. Leave it as natural possible. And yeah, this trimmer, even though it doesn't hit like other people's trimmer, other barbers' trimmer, it's okay with me because first, he don't have that much hair anyway that I'm trying to trim anyway. Number one. Number two, when I do the lineups, the way that I'm gonna make that line come out or make it sharp is through the razor blade. As of right now, see, I'm still shaping it, but I'm staying outside. We clean as much as I can. Now we go to the other side, right from the middle, right where I started, and then I go to the side. Try not to go too push back. You know what I mean? I don't want to go too in. Keep it as natural as possible. And yeah, normally I have for the people that have been answered, I do have more than 1,200 videos on YouTube. I do tutorials in English, tutorials in Spanish. I do vlogs. I do live streaming. I do a section of Q&A, question and answers. I do that live. I do a section of reviews in Spanish and review of any machines or product on Spanish and English. So yeah, check me out, subscribe, and hit that little bell so it will notify you when I do all that. Right now I have them laying down. When I have them laying down like that, it's comfortable for me and it's comfortable for him, but most of it for me because I'm a short person, so you know what I mean. I have to be able to get really nice going against the grain. It makes the lineup really stand out. You see what I'm saying? You see that? Now I'm giving it a nice detail to it. You understand what I'm saying? Notice how my left hand always stretching the skin and always have the combs. The combs is so he could sweep. Like watch it. Let me see right here. See, I didn't do it right there, but when this, see, like right now how I sweep whatever I just shape. And yeah, the other side I do the same thing. Try to keep it outside, but you see how everything is coming nice and sharp and tight. And that's what it is. You know what I mean? I'm sure people, there's gonna be all the barbers saying, you took too long or whatnot. In reality, it doesn't matter because you know what I mean. I'm not in a contest in the first place. Second, I'm just trying to show someone, what it really takes. If you take your time, not take really so much time, but if you really, take it easy and not rush it, things come out really, really nice. I'm not saying by doing it fast won't come out the same, but when I used to do it quick, it didn't come out that well, and I used to have a lot of mess up and whatnot. So I definitely like when I take my time and I do everything, especially when I'm recording. I want to make sure that you guys able to see what it takes and the way how I grab the machines and all that. And just let all the barbers out there, don't let any other barber tell you that you have to be a lot quicker and whatnot. They could tell you all they want, but if you don't feel like you are 100% satisfied, like by doing it quick, or you don't feel comfortable, and the only way that you feel comfortable, or the way that you feel that it's come proper is when you take when you don't rush it, then do it like that. You know what I mean? Right now I'm using the Andy Slim Li. These trimmers are my favorite. The cordless trimmers, these are my favorite. I definitely recommend it to anybody out there. If you have a chance, if you haven't have them yet, I recommend them. They're very long lasting. They're very comfortable in the hand. Very sharp blade. Even though people switch it to the GTX, I believe that this is the right blade to it. You know, especially to get like on like the mustache, the goatee. It's just perfect. I mean, I will not switch it for nothing else. It's just perfect. And see, for that area right there. Right now we're gonna use Bone Pro shave gel. This company is awesome. This company definitely has a lot of good product, and this is one of them. This shaving is medicated. This shaving cream is medicated. The minute that you put it, it smells like winter fresh, and it feels really nice and cool. You know, it's like real cool, like menthol. And when you glide in when you passing the blade, it glides. It definitely it doesn't feel when you pass a lot of the blade. Some people get irritated and after once you pass it too many times, it feel like burning. Nah, not this one. This one definitely is the opposite. And I have a towel machine, a hot towel machine. But like I said, like I tell in my other videos and in Spanish, what I said is, know your worth. Every service costs. It costs me to clean the towels. It costs me to have my hot towel plant plugged in, 12 hours, electricity. And then, like I said, it takes me to clean. It takes me a couple of other minutes to do that procedure. So, unless they don't pay me for that procedure, I won't do it. It's just simple as that. But that doesn't mean that I still cannot shave or shave or do a nice shaving without the hot towel. I still manage to do it real nice. It's just, with the hot towel, you manage to shave a little easier and the client get pampered. You know what I mean? But right now I'm using the Magic Clip level close, and I'm going from different angles just to groom it out, whatever I'm seeing. And as you could tell, that's what I'm doing right now. The corner right there. Now we're gonna do the eyebrows, keeping it natural as possible. So you can tell right here, that's what I'm doing right now, keeping it natural as possible. And do it little by little, you know what I mean? There's no need to rush it. Everything little by little. And as you could tell, we're gonna pass it right there. And then it's taking shape. You see that it's taking shape. And then right there. Then right up top. Right there. As you can tell, right up top. Get it from different angles. Notice how my thumb is always stretching the skin. No matter where I'm trying to find where the blade is gonna be. I'm gonna, I'm stretching the skin every angle. As you can tell, the blade is Black Widow. I definitely recommend this razor. And normally when I do that area right there, I put a brand new blade just for that part right there alone. No matter, even if I just did the eyebrow, I still switch the blade. I put a brand new one just so I can know that it's sharp and I don't have to irritate in that mustache. The mustache have the thickest hair and it bothers. So yeah, right there, as you could tell, I'm trimming the other side. And shaping it. This is how I do normally his beard. That's how he likes it. That's how we're gonna continue to do it. You know what I mean? One thing about this is, you may think you are your own boss, but in reality, the client is the boss. You understand what I'm saying? Why? He's the one that is paying you. So, let's say that you do what's you. Let them know the times that you have. You know what I mean? Let them know what's the ability and whatnot. And whenever he needs you, try to be there. For him. Be reliable. Be flexible. Another thing, it's not what I want. Even though I'm a master barber or I'm a barber, whatever you call it. I know the meaning of a master barber and an apprentice, because I have a master license and I had an apprentice license for 2 years before I had the master. And total I've been licensed for more than 10 years. But what I'm saying is, the title alone doesn't justify to, let's say that if he comes and he tells you, give me this haircut like this, how he has it, and you like nah, and you come and you do pass him like a number 2 up top and then shave his beard, that's not really doing what the client asks you. So basically, it's basically like you going to a restaurant, and if you ask the restaurant, yeah, let me get a plate of rice with beans and chicken and whatnot, and they come, the waiter comes and bring you a plate of cheeseburgers or pizza, you're gonna be pretty upset because it's not what you asked for. You see what I'm saying? You may think that that's what you want, and you may think that that's what I want, but it's not what I want, unless if I told you that that's what I want. So same thing with the haircut. If the guy say, do the beard this thick, and I like the mid-type fade, I want to comb the hair to the side, leave it a little longer, and groom it out the beard, and that's what I'm doing right now, grooming the beard. So that's what we're gonna give. You know what I mean? We don't give nothing that I want unless if he tells me, go ahead, do whatever you think it may look good on me. You understand what I'm saying? I like those kind of clients too, don't get me wrong. But until then, even my clients that been with me for more than 20 years, every day, every time they come, I ask them, and they're like, sometimes they even tell me, why you even asking me, fool? If you already know. And I'm like, nah, because I don't know if you want to do something different, you have something on mind. I don't want to assume. So yeah. As you could tell, also I have a napkin in his right there by the neck, and that's where I wipe the axis of the shave, whatever, when I'm shaving. It's better for me that way than having a towel, because if you dirty that towel, that means you gotta clean it. You gotta take it, unless you don't take it to your house, then you gotta, you take it to the laundry. But if you don't take it to the laundry, you have to take it to your house. Then you put in all that hair on your laundry, and then cleaning it, and once again doing all that work. When with $1, $2, I get a Bounty napkin, and I wipe the excess of hair that I just shaved in there. But the glove, I believe it or not, at this point, I was not fit. It's like I said, I try to get used to it, but I can't. I don't have the freedom. I don't have the flexibility. The only thing that I have is the safety, just to know that, and that he right now that he don't smell my hands if I was smoking cigarettes or something. But you don't really need the gloves in order to do this type of work. But if you want to look a little more professional and you want to be more hygienes and with your stuff and be more professional looking, then go for it. But I just did everything a little different than I normally do. If you see all the videos of mine, I don't use glove. If you see other videos of mine, I don't use the trimmer detailer to clean on the side. And also I was using the Wahl 19. So, everything that I do, I switch it up too. You know what I mean? I try different machines. It's good to try a different machine. I'm shaving, as you can tell, it's taking me a little longer too, because where the camera is, sometimes I have to be there in that angle. I have to be in that position. But because I want to do this video for you guys, so you can have a better view of what I'm trying to do, then I sacrifice it. It takes me a little longer, but you guys you can see what I'm seeing. And but yeah, other than that, you know, like I always say, I don't measure my haircuts by time, but I measure them by how they look when they're done. Unless if the client is in a rush, and you know, and another thing you gotta understand, every hair is different. Some hairs take you more longer than others. Right now I got the magic clip and I'm going right on top of the beard. Basically it's called, I'm grooming it, you know what I mean? I'm just, all the little hair that's sticking out or that's standing out, with that blade, the fade blade is perfect for it, you know what I mean? I go right on top of the beard. Watch this, see? And that's what I do through the whole beard. And when you do that, see, and even if you don't have the magic clip, and I use the trimmer just so that way you could see that you could use that right there too. Now I have him sit up, and he don't like the faded beard, but he was like, yeah, you if you want, you could fade that little thing right there. I was like, all right, perfect. I was like, you don't want the faded beard? He's like, nah, just that right there. And I'm like, all right, so perfect. So that's what I do. I'm passing the 0, then passing the number 1 in that area a little bit right there. You know what I mean? There's a little volume that it has there that I use, but not barely pushing it with the guard number 1. But then I grab the Wahl 19 close level, and then right there I had level, and then he told me, yeah, lower my mustache because I don't, it's still a little long. So I was like, okay. So I lowered it, and look at how it looks now, just perfect. And you see how everything is taking shape, and I see the little dark spot there. Then I see that I need to still blend it in a little more. I use the detailer right there, and right here I need to perfect it. See, right now what I'm doing is, you know, detailing everything, you know, make sure that every angle, every and then reshape it again, make sure one more time, shape it real nice. Yeah, I like to make sure that everything is, you know, well taken care. And you know, once you look for that haircut and you do everything so on point, and if you put that time, trust me, you could ask whatever it is that you want for your haircut, and they will give it to you with no problem. With no problem, they will pay you what it is, and they will come and they will be satisfied. I got a lot of clients that's why they've been with me for 20 years, because I give them, you know, every time the same, if not every time consistently, the right service with the right attitude, and I invest in my equipment. And now that I'm working from my house, even though it's a garage, you see, you know, I have everything. I have a 65-inch TV. I have everything, you know, state of the art tech, you know, the all the Google and technology, and yeah, the comfortable movie theaters, seats, and you know, the latest tools, you know, everything. This is him before the haircut. This is how it looks, and now you're gonna see the difference. Sometimes we don't see, just when you cutting hair, and right when you even at the end you will cutting hair, you're like, nah, that haircut. But nah, you know, look at him really careful right now. This is how he came, right, to get a haircut. Look at how it was, right? And you're gonna see the difference now. Watch the difference. You ready? Look at that. You understand what I'm saying? It is a big difference. Look at that. So much cleaner, so much sharper. You know what I mean? And we don't realize. Sometimes, even myself, I'm like, wow, that haircut came out clean. But you know why? Because I took pride, I took time, I took every little details. And yes, I don't got no other barbers out there telling me all this and that. I'm by myself, doing what I love to do, taking my time, not in a rush. I got everything, and it came out like that. Once you come out like that, you're good. Alright, people, I hope you like this video. If you do, please like it, share it, subscribe, and God bless you.